Alright, guys, let's talk about The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, Through the Valley, it's called. If you guys are not caught up on The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, please stop watching as we're going to dive into spoilers and break it down. Starting now. So just to give a little history, I never played the games. I played the first one just like a little bit, but I was so bad at it that I stopped playing, and I was terrible. Much respect to the game. I still I think I watched some walkthroughs and stuff. It was more fun for me to watch, but when the TV show came out, I loved season 1 because it felt like I was able to just sit back and enjoy the story. Whereas I felt like I was getting frustrated in the video game just because, again, not because of the video game's fault. I'm just not good at those games, and I just was bad at it. But it's allowing for more surprises for me personally as I'm watching the show. My girlfriend, though, she knows everything that's going to happen. She watched all the walkthroughs and gameplays, but she did not spoil what was going to happen in this episode. One quick note before we get into the nitty gritty stuff. This girl, did she just shave her head within the last episode? Am I crazy? But anyways, did not expect anything in this episode. I had no idea what I was in for. When Abby was out there on her patrol, and she sees Joel and what's her name, Dina. I kind of thought that she was gonna because she falls down, and then this insane amount of zombies that she finds are there. That was a great scene and sequence. I thought she was gonna have to be rescued by Joel and Dina, and they were gonna take her back to their camp, and then it was going to be like a Trojan horse situation. That's what I thought was going to happen. But I did love that sequence where she goes to the outpost where Joel and Dina are, and she is getting trapped up against the fence by the zombies. And that was one of the most claustrophobic and memorable zombie sequences, or just cinematic sequences, I've ever seen. Terrifying. That is my worst nightmare. So well done on all aspects. The makeup and the cinematography and the performances and just the sound effects were just terrifying. Oh, it was amazing. This whole time I'm just thinking God damn, this is an expensive episode. There's so many zombies. And of course she is saved by Joel and Dina, and then the town gets attacked by the zombies, which I was not expecting, and that ended up being a huge, massive battle. I remember seeing clips of that in the trailer, and I was like, that's like the season finale. But holy shit, I thought we were gonna get teased, but they just dove right into that battle. I was shocked. I was very satisfied. Felt bad for the town, but holy shit, that was insane. Joel wants to go back, obviously, but somehow Abby convinces him to go back to her cabin where her friends are, and they can rearm and get ready to help. But meanwhile, the town is just getting yucked up, and they have that huge zombie coming in. I'm sure there's a name for it in the video game. I'm just not the video game expert. I apologize. Chases Joel's brother around and ends up getting burnt. Took him a while though. And then back at the cabin, Abby just turns, and they keep Dina hostage and Joel too at gunpoint, and confronts him about what she's so pissed off about, and how he had killed her father, who was an unarmed surgeon, doctor, who was going to be working on what's her name, Ellie. But when Joel went on his rampage, he happened to kill her father, and that's what she's here for. And she ends up shooting him in the freaking knees or whatever, and ends up just beating the living crap out of him. And Ellie does come to the cabin, and she gets captured right when she sees what's happening, begging Joel to wake up, get up, and she just finishes him off with that golf club, which was just heart dropping. I don't even have words for most of what happened, but it was sad and brutal. On all levels, I just couldn't believe this is the second episode, and I just was like, seemed like the season to me, all bunched up into 2 episodes. But they did play, I guess, a song my girlfriend told me from the video game, which was beautiful. I think it's the Johnny Cash song, that cover that she sings. Beautiful, beautiful, and doing a whole montage of with everyone else in the town, and Abby walking away. The guy who got bit and just hands the gun to the guy. That was a beautiful shot, and very just sad all around. So much loss. And it ends on Ellie and Jesse and Dina dragging Joel's body through the snow. And I'm just in shock that it just felt like a season finale. That was insane. Did it happen that soon in the video game? But probably. Amazing. One of the best episodes of television I think I've ever seen. I know they said they compared it to that episode of Game of Thrones that they were very inspired by. I forget the name of that episode, but I know if you know what I'm talking about, you know which one I'm talking about. But they said the creators said they were inspired by that episode, and I thought that was a high bar to top, but I felt like they hit that bar, and if anything went above and beyond. It was pretty amazing. It seems hard to top that episode going forward now, but if anything, I'm intrigued. I'm hooked. I want to know what happens. So yeah, I know there were some differences, of course, as there usually are with adaptations from the video game. Curious to hear more of your guys' opinions. If you guys played the game or are familiar with it. No spoilers, please, if you know what's going to happen. Thank you, though, for watching. But yeah, would love to hear what you guys thought of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. Let me know down below. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.